Can you just walk me through what it was like to play games back to back here? Like, what were the last 72 hours like for you?
A lot of stuff, a lot of basketball, which is fun. It's what we get paid to do. It's fun. I love basketball. It's just part of the job.
What about the experience here today?
Yeah, field day full of events. Get to be around kids that look up to you and inspire you to be like you. Even though I started basketball late, I think that's super important at an early age, seeing people you idolize and stuff like that to be around. It gives you that confidence that these guys can make it. I can too.
What did you think of the temperament of the game?
It's pretty bad. Nothing like regular season. Saw me diving on the floor a couple times, but it'd be nice if we took it seriously.
Yeah. Did you feel like anybody else was matching your energy?
A lot of them G League guys were, because they're playing for contracts and they're showing out in front of the whole world what they can do. Obviously you saw it when they played. You
got to throw a lob to Wemby. What'd that feel like?
It's pretty easy. You just throw it up there and he just gets it. Definitely different than any big we have in Golden State. Yeah, but it was easy.
Yeah, just overall, right? The experience of the weekend. Just what have been your biggest takeaways?
A lot of people love basketball around here. The media does a good job of taking care of us, and the NBA does a great job of putting us in nice hotels, giving us the best experience we can to give us, I guess, a little bit more motivation to continue in success and make the brand of basketball bigger.
And what are the next steps for you the rest of the weekend?
Yeah,
time off?
Going to North Dakota to see my homeboy, play tomorrow, plays D2 out there, and go home to Milwaukee and spend some time with family and back to San Francisco Tuesday.
What school does your friend play at?
UMary.
What's his name?
Gerald Giddens.
Brandon Bates, Milwaukee Media.
Jim Wazarski, Milwaukee Journal.
Thank
you for messaging. Were you able to get some families, some people down?
Yep.
And about how many?
About 12, I think. Yeah, a decent amount.
Did you know Alandis at all? I know he's a little older.
I do.
Okay.
Talked before the in between my senior year of high school and going to freshman year Illinois, and then before I went to Santa Clara, we always have open gyms and stuff back home in Milwaukee, and me and him are always there. So just great seeing him. Hopefully he can get a standard contract soon. I know he just got the two-way with Miami, so that's big time. But just seeing people that you kind of grew up around and from the same city make it is pretty cool.
Not surprised he went right at Vic.
Oh, no.
Try to go.
No. I would go at Vic too if I was in the G League. I'm trying to make it too, and I just felt like our team was just a little bit like, we're just out there, we're cool, whatever.
Is there something to, you mentioned the experience of this? It is an all-star weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that's something you'd like to be back here
100%.
For the Sunday game.
Yep.
Does it add a little bit to it in the sense of, I know you have teammates who are here, but does it add a little bit to be like, hey, this is fun. I'd like to be here for a different day.
Yeah, I think next year it's in the Bay. So I'd like to be a part of obviously this event again, and three-point contest with me and Steph and Klay would be cool. Rising skills challenge, me, Steph and Draymond would be cool. But yeah, by year 3, I'm trying to be here on Sundays.
I'm just fine. Obviously we know Tyrese. Last year, Tyler did the three-point. Just what does it say a little bit about the state, the city, that you all are here on these weekends year after year?
Yeah, it shows we got a lot of guys that are capable. A lot of us kind of go under the radar to start, and then we blow up, and it's this big surprise to everybody. And we got some hoopers. Alondas is a big-time hooper, ACC Player of the Year. But yeah, we just got a bunch of guys that love the game of basketball and are in it for the right reasons, and it rewards them on the back end.
Brandon, you mentioned that welcome to the NBA moment with Kawhi defending him. Do you have a moment today in Indianapolis where you feel like, oh, this is a pretty cool beginning, being a rising star, and go from there?
I would say just being around all different people. Like I said, we got to be at the junior NBA stuff today. And, see the smile on their faces and how much joy they have. Seeing the people they idolize and giving them the inspiration that guys like me can make it, they can too. And so I think that's a big part of it. Just kind of giving back to the community. Shoes we were once in, and we looked up to guys like LeBron and stuff like that when we were younger. And now we're sitting here playing against LeBron. So I think that's full circle moment. And I think it's big for the kids at a young age.
And off note, there's a video of Draymond conducting some of the young guys sing "Happy Birthday" on Klay's birthday.
Yeah.
Is there? Can you maybe take us behind the scenes of how that happened, and also early happy birthday to you?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, we were up front playing cards, and Gary was like, "It's 2 minutes till Klay's birthday," and then hit midnight, and we all went back there. Me and Trey sung in English. Guy sang in Portuguese. Usman sang in Spanish. Same with Lester. So it was just a good thing. He's a great player, a great vet to be around, and a great person. And he does so much for the team. He's done so much for our organization for as long as he's been here. So we just feel like it's a good way to reward him.
Yeah. The rising star team you are on has some global players coming overseas, and as well as on the Warriors, where you have Dario, Gui Santos. What do you think about the globalization of the game?
I think it's amazing. Like I've told people before, I started my basketball journey kind of watching overseas guys and how they played, and how the team was like more oriented on ball movement and passing to one another to get everybody in a rhythm. So to see a lot of those guys come over here now and be a big part of it, Wemby, for example, it's just really cool to see that. Seeing the game of basketball be globalized, and we're welcoming so many different countries, so many different players from different countries over here. It's just great for the sport, and like I said, it goes back to showing kids from wherever they're from they can make it here.
Was the plan in your mind to be a starter like 52 games into your NBA career? Did you think you were maybe going to have to wait a little longer for that, or work on that? It just seems to kind of really be coming together for you.
Yeah, selfishly, I wanted to be a starter from day one. Did I think I earned that? No. But, I have high standards for myself. I wanted to win both games tonight. Obviously, we didn't. But I think it's just a testament to what I kind of put into the game, how smart I am when it comes to the game, and just seeing things. Given my athleticism isn't that of others, I got to find other ways to be more prepared and see things a little bit differently. And I think I do that in my free time. That's what I focus on. But to be starting, it's cool, but I'd rather finish games. I think Steve having me out there when the game matters most is most important to me, because it's cool to start, but if he takes you out and you don't play, what's the point? So I just want to be there when it's winning time, and so do a bunch of other guys on our team, and I think that's why we're a winning organization.
Do you think it's your playmaking and rebounding, extra possessions, things like that that's led you on the floor?
Yeah, it's everything but the scoring. The charges I take, lead the league in charges, the passes I make. Big thing for me is just not turning the ball over, playing defense, and finding ways to get play and step shots. It's really it, and everything else kind of falls into place. Like my open shots from them, give the ball to Andrew and Jonathan in space, let them play. It's all kind of little things that you can do to get your numbers up per se. Even though that's not really the goal, but just playing simple, making the easy play, and the game rewards you.
Brandon, obviously you're one of the more competitive guys out here today. You came into this room and, visibly frustrated. You're bloodied up. Your gear's all torn up. Can you talk a little bit about competitive nature of the game out there, the environment out there? In an all-star setting, a lot of people say you got to bring the competitive back to the all-star game. But I don't think it was lacking in the Rising Stars Challenge.
Yeah, I just think it was very obvious that the G League team brought it. They're playing for a much bigger reason than just a game. They're trying to, the guys that are from the G League tonight are trying to show that they can be drafted high, and Mac McClung, Alonzo Williams. They're all two-way guys, so they're trying to make rosters. And you could tell it was evident. They played hard from the jump. All they cared about was winning. And for us, we were just kind of feel like happy to be here. Feel like we earned it. It was given to us, and obviously the results showed. But I would love to have it really competitive, like a real game. And I only know how to play basketball one way, and so for me to just be out there and just be like, okay, it's whatever. Like I can't play like that. So, I think in the future, if we have that, especially Rising Stars game, kind of sets the tone for the weekend, and maybe that carries over to the All-Star game itself.
Yeah, and another big thing about the weekend, obviously the shootout between Steph and Sabrina. I talked to Sabrina yesterday. She said, I wouldn't have accepted if I wasn't confident. Obviously, we know who your pick is.
100%.
But what's your prediction first? And second, what can you say about having on All-Star Weekend at the NBA, the biggest celebration, the best shooter on the men's side, maybe in the world ever, but also a record-setting, the best shooter on the women's side, competing against each other?
Yeah, my pick is Steph. Won this three-point contest before, so is Sabrina. She holds the record, so I think it's just a bit more pressure on her to kind of fulfill that role. And it is kind of a little frightening when you're shooting against the best shooter in the world in that many people's eyes. And so I got Steph. I see what he puts into the game. I don't see what Sabrina does, but I know she works her tail off. That's why she is who she is. But yeah, I think it's a super cool event that they put together aside from the regular three-point contest. And it's a great platform for women, especially the WNBA, who doesn't quite get as much recognition as we do as NBA players. But I think they're well deserving, and them being able to participate against one of our best is kind of a step forward for them as a business in WNBA, and continue growing that business.
Well said. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Sorry if you've already been asked, but kind of how can you recap just kind of this one day that you had here? What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was long, full of events. Got to do a lot of cool things. Little kids, a junior NBA. Got to meet a lot of new faces. Got to chat with Iguodala and Shaun Livingston for a little bit. Yeah, I just think overall it was a good day. The guys, NBA guys, put together a great schedule for us to, make it run smoothly. All the personnel, all that kind of stuff. So, thankful for them. Just being able to give back to the little kids that we mean so much to, even though we may not realize it. Just see their faces this morning, especially when they saw Wemby. It was kind of a priceless moment because we all once were in their shoes. Maybe not in junior NBA, but going to games and trying to get autographs and pictures and whatnot. So I think it was fun. Obviously, me being a competitor, I wanted to win both games tonight. But it is what it is. You got to look back. You got to take the back seat and we look at it from a different perspective. Like I was the 19th pick in the draft, the lowest pick, and I made the Rising Stars game undoubtedly in my first year. So kind of taking that perspective of it. Obviously, you want to win, but looking back at it, it's a pretty fulfilling moment.
Now that the All-Star ends for you, it starts also the second part of the season. What can we expect for the Warriors, for the team, for this part of the season? Because the feeling is that they're not doing so well, but everybody respects this team because they were able to win the championship also 2 years ago. So.
Yeah, we won 8 out of 10. We won 5 straight road games. I think teams are a little bit afraid of us because they know what we have. They know what we've done with the people we have. But yeah, I think our expectation is to win. All of us in that locker room, our expectation to win. Steve's expectation for us to win. Mike, Joe, everybody's expectation is for us to win. And us as players, we just try to go out there and do that to the best of our ability. Like I said, we won 8 out of 10 games going into the break. We got a few home games to start the second half of the season. We're going on the road to the East Coast. So yeah, I'm just excited to get back to it. Obviously, All-Star Weekend's a great event from the NBA, but I'm ready to get back to it.
The transfer window closed a few weeks ago, 3 years ago. I'd like to know how did you live that moment of the season when maybe you can be immersed in one of those trades, or it's your first season. It's something tough, right?
Yeah, I think for me, as a rookie, never being through that kind of thing, I kind of just looked at it from a broad perspective. I'm a guy that doesn't really worry about things I can't control, and at the end of the day, if I get traded, that's not in my control. So I just kind of look at it from a broader perspective. I've never been through it, so I just kind of see how other guys take it, what it's like going through that. But for me, I just let it play out, and God's always going to put me where I'm supposed to be, and I'm supposed to be with the Warriors, so I'm here.
You're sitting in the locker room with a guy like Stephen Curry.
Mm-hmm.
You start believing that this is a reality after the last months.
Yeah, I think he did a really good job of the first day I was a Warrior, just reaching out and FaceTiming me and talking with me, just kind of opened that relationship up to start. And he's been a great vet towards me. And anything I've ever needed on the court, off the court, he's been there to take care of me. So, super appreciative and thankful for that. But when he retires, and how many years that may be, I feel like it's my job to fulfill, what he's doing.
We saw him very close to you. What can you tell us about Steve off the court? How amazing is he off the court?
Steve or Steph?
Steph.
He's amazing. Just to see the things he does, as a husband, a father, a businessman, a teammate, just to see, how he treats people. He's never too good for anybody. He always wants to be treated just like everybody else. And, for some stars that may be different. They want a different, reality of life. And, Steph's one of those guys, he doesn't care. He just wants to be like everybody else, just wants a chance to play basketball, and he loves it for the right reason. And to see how he, is with his wife, Aisha, and his kids, and how he treats all of his teammates and the staff, something to look up to.
And last question for me. Yes, I want to ask you about Draymond. Your experience with him inside the locker room. Probably he's one of the guys that everybody want to have in their team.
Of course. Yeah, that's exactly right. I would say, Steph and Draymond are the best teammates I've ever had, in all my years of basketball. Obviously, everybody in the NBA or from a fan's perspective has their, notion on Draymond and what they think, and whether it's good or bad. But he's one of the best teammates I've ever been around. He'll have your back in any situation. He'll go to bat for you in any situation. And, he helps you out as a young guy. As a vet, a guy who's won 4 championships, you could easily, tune your rookies out and, not include them in the process. But he's done a great job, especially with guys like Jonathan, of kind of taking him under his wing and kind of realizing that, like, Jonathan is, part of the upcoming youth in our team, and him adapting to that and understanding that, and allowing JK to kind of blossom and grow throughout the season. You guys have obviously seen that. So I think, Dray is a great vet to have. Obviously, we all love him. We want him on our team, not against us. And
Dray, even when he's doing crazy things in the court.
Of course, we just live with that because we know all the stuff he does on the court is out of good heart, and he just wants to win at the bottom line. And I think that's where me and him kind of share similarities. Is we just kind of do whatever it takes to win. So like I said, we'd rather have him with us than against us.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Go safe, BP. Thanks for everything. We'll see you next time. See you guys.
That was more serious than what on Sunday, excuse me now.